But how does that sound to you?
No, I understand. I understand completely what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Maybe I would use some different language just to you know just to try to say what you're saying in the terms of in the terms of psychotherapy. You know, for example, I would say I could call something that is coming out from the body as you describe it. You know, and you or me as a therapist would stimulate that to expand, you know.
To expand.
To expand.
Yes.
To occupy more space.
Enlarge, yes.
To be shown. To be shown.
Shown.
To be shown.
Yes,
you know?
yes, heard and seen.
Yes.
Yes.
So I would call this place, this deep place, as a kind of sleeping place that is waking up.
Dormant place, yes.
Dormant place,
Dormant place, that's right.
Yeah.
Which is waking up.
Yes. And what is waking up is the not only is the muscles that are dormant, or the blood circulation that is dormant.
Yes.
And together with the muscles, the blood circulations, the whole anatomy of the body, the whole organism, you know,
physiology,
physiology will bring the history.
Absolutely.
That is kind of dormant.
Absolutely,
in the unconscious of the body. I would say
because the history, this painful moment where I didn't manage in the past. It happened in this chest and in these arms and in these legs.
Yes.
You know, so it's totally, it's grown into my organism. The repression is grown into my organism.
Yeah.
So but when the dormant body wakes up, the story is in it already.
Yes.
It may not be recognizable.
Yes.
But I mean, it could be that the episode in the session has been prefigured in a dream, that you've been dreaming about something or other that you've never dreamt about before.
Yes.
So, I mean, sometimes the memory wakes up before the body is fully engaged with it. You know, which wakes up first?
Yes.
Is it the muscles or the memory?
Yes, yes.
And we don't know.
We don't know.
And they're very close. I mean, they're so closely interwoven. But in this way of working, it has space for drawing both along at the same time.
Yes. Yes. Sorry. This is very understandable. That when you say the memory and what's going on in the body, you know, that relationship, you know.
Well, the memory lives in the body. I mean, it has to live in the whole person.
In the whole person, yes.
So it's, but of course it's, you know, it's particularly strong in the area that got hit, for instance, you know, and in the brain.
Yeah.
But it's everywhere, really.
Yes. But we see many times in psychotherapy, many people know what's going on. They know what's going on. They have the memory. They know what's going on, but they keep repeating the same pattern. For example, it's like the habit of repeating might be hidden, might be living in the body, you know, so that when the body comes to complete that memory, you know, to integrate with that memory, maybe repetition will finish, no?
Well,
What?
what makes the difference?
Mm.
That's the question.
Mm.
And my feeling is,
Yes.
That well, the word satisfaction comes into my mind.
Yes.
That you, as the client, in this process, must reach a moment of satisfaction. It can be very quick, it can be quite small,
Yes.
but you've actually, it's like you've got over the top of the hill. You know, you've satisfied a little bit of that need. And and then the relaxation is not just recovery from tiredness, you're actually now in a slightly new world.
Yes. Yes.
And I think it has very much to do with self-assertion. That, I mean, self-assertion isn't just, you know, I'm bigger than you. It's self-assertion is, you know, yes, I really do see a blue something or other, you know, of sort of absolutely trusting your own experience.
Yes. Yes.
And knowing it for real. You know, knowing that, you know, you have the right to do something, you know, that somebody really has been unjust to you or has shut you up and not let you speak. And now you actually have managed to speak in coming through that you've actually taken the crucial step, however tiny,
Mm-hmm.
but it's crucial.
Yes. And that brings satisfaction.
And that is the satisfaction.
Is the satisfaction.
And I mean, it's huge satisfaction.
Mm.
And it can expand, you know, as you rest with it. And, you know, when you get over the ridge of the mountain, you do have a new view.
Yes.
You know.
Mm.
And, but it's so totally what we're having to call mind and body. It's so totally the two absolutely travelling together.
Yes.
You can't say one gets there first even, really. I mean, the mind, you know, what the mind grasps is one question, but we also have the concept of the energy flowing, whether the person is aware of it or not.
Yes.
Mm.
But I want to bring this the concept or the thing of conflict, you know, inner conflict
Yes.
between mind and body. That happens a lot too. Even if they are together, they might be in conflict, no? So one takes over the other somehow.
Well, I wonder whether it's not two bits of mind and two bits of body.
What do you mean, two bits of mind, two bits of...
Well, conflict and inner conflict and confusion as well.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Tell me.
Well, I mean, do you want to start because you brought up the fact that the mind and the body might be in conflict.
Yes. I feel when there is this conflict,
yes,
what happens is that the person loses his way, you know, loses his objective in life, or loses the capacity of choosing.
Yes, absolutely. Indecision.
Indecision. Yes.
Absolutely. That's confusion, really,
That's
isn't
confusion.
it? Yes. Yes.
So, and then when we work from, either from the body, either from the memory, whatever is there, you know, we look for solving somehow the conflict, no, or being in the conflict.
Well, personally.
Yes, tell me what you think. Yes.
I think that it's better I mean, my therapeutic approach, put it that way, let's put
Yes.
it that way.
Okay, good.
My therapeutic approach, if I'm wide awake in the situation, is to try to separate, get some separation between one side, the left wants to do this, the right wants to do that. Okay, so I decide right now we're going to explore the left. We're not going to argue about the right. We're
Yes.
going to explore the left.
Yes.
And we're going to explore it in the same sort of way that we explored what I just described.
Yes.
And we see how it affects you if you really let yourself follow that course. And something arises, there is some sort of satisfaction or some sort of frustration. I mean, in a sense, that's any enterprise ends either in frustration or satisfaction, really. So we see what happens if we explore that alternative. And if there's time still in this session, we can start to explore this one. And what happens if I decide to indulge myself completely and I won't get up in the morning?
Yes.
And I won't do any work tomorrow, and I will eat the peppermint creams and whatever. If there's that real sort of temptation, what happens as I enact it in the session.
Yes.
I explore that. And then I've got, usually kind of that might suffice to change the situation so much that we're no longer talking in terms of this confusion or the conflict or whatever. You don't look very convinced by that. I
understood very well what you said.
Yes,
by choosing.
But I think I wanted just to come back to this business about the mind conflicting with the body, because I think it seems to me much more likely that that the mind, if I follow the impulse of the mind, the tendency of the mind implies certain things in the body. Okay, so that's one package. But it has the mind, as it were, the mind aspect and the body aspect to it.
Yes.
Okay. And the other package is the other contradictory one. Okay.
Okay.
But the conflict is you could then let the two mental positions argue it out, or you could kind of explore what the two body positions feel like. Because in each case, if you followed an impulse, you'll have gained something like a satisfaction.
Yes.
But I think that it's more like that this mind is in conflict with this body, or this mind is in conflict with that body, rather than it being actually integral to the to the impulse. But
Well, maybe
does that make sense?
it makes sense. Also, I was thinking the kind of conflict maybe
Yes, you think of a
that I'm talking about is
yes.
like for example, Clover. For example, I come here to talk with you,
Yes.
and I just want to give you a little touch in your hands like this.
Yes.
Okay, so my mind know what she wants, and I go there and I do it. Okay,
Yes.
and I come back. But maybe I didn't sleep very well last night, and I had dreams or nightmares, and
Yes.
and my emotional side
Yes.
is not very much equilibrate.
Yeah.
You know.
Right.
So I have been having ups and downs
Yes.
during the day.
Sure.
You know.
Sure.
So the same gesture of touching you like that, it might become something that I do, but in a strange way that
Yes.
even might annoy you
Yes,
or be strange. You know,
absolutely,
somehow I
absolutely.
am anxious or
Okay,
something.
so
So
it's-
I want to do that, but you know, I feel just this is an inner conflict that I am talking about. You know, so the mind wants to do something, but the body do not allow you to do what you want to do somehow.
But what does the mind really want to do?
What the mind, for example, wants just to give you a touch, for example,
Yeah, but for what?
to be tender, to be kind, to, you know, to because it's nice, for satisfaction. Somehow.
I mean, but you've brought in such a different dimension.
Yes. I know,
Because-
it's different than what you were talking about just before.
It's terrifically different,
Yeah.
but I think that, I mean, you've brought in the massive dimension of sincerity or not.
Yes. Yes.
And I mean, but so the conflict in your mind is something in me wants to be tender to her, and most of all I want her to feel that I'm tender to her, so I'm going to demonstrate it.
Yes.
But what is it that can't do it?
Yeah, that's the question.
Yes, it's not your body that can't do it.
Um,
It's your mind is not single-mindedly dedicated to being tender.
maybe my mind is controlling my body somehow, you know.
No, I mean, of course you've got to put your mind into making a nice touch on me.
Yeah.
Yes, but a mixed-up mind
Yes.
hasn't got much chance of giving a very convincing touch, has it? I mean, I would have thought that your arm very well reflects your troubled, sleepless,
No.
dream-ridden
No, Clover,
mind.
you know, many things we want to do something, but we don't do it.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely,
What
absolutely.
it-
But that's a conflict in the mind.
I don't think it's only in the mind.
No,
That's the
it's
thing.
not only in the mind,
No,
but
I
it's
don't
the
think
same contact. I mean, it affects your body.
Yes.
Of
yes.
course it affects your body, but it's the... I mean, I feel I live with this all the time.
Yes.
None of this is news to me at
Yes.
all.
Good. So
And
maybe, maybe you can help.
I think it's a massive cop-out to say, you know, I'm so sorry my body somehow won't, but I do really love you and I want to... da, 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 da. I mean, I don't buy that at all. I mean,
You don't buy that the body is controlling?
No, I think absolutely ultimately the body does what the mind says. But, if it's a voluntary action, it is a voluntary
If it is
action.
voluntary, yes. But I think the mind controls the body, and the body controls the mind too. I think.
Well, they interact like crazy.
Yes, yes.
Absolutely, but the conflict.
That's the conflict I'm talking about.
But the conflict is, right down. It's the columns that are. It's not that there's a little bit of, it's. No, I mean. Supposing that or if you can't imagine it of yourself, but imagine a person who really loves his son, but is absolutely furious with the boy because he's again done something he's told him six times not to do, and it's dangerous for him. It's, he's climbed up this high wall again, and it's really dangerous, and you're furious with him.
Yeah.
And you go and catch him, and you spank him hard. Yes.
And?
Yes. Or you don't. But, who is controlling, you're in this, you've just been given a fright by the boy, and he's been very disappointed, disobedient.
Yeah.
But what?
So the father represses, controls the action of the boy, right? By being violent or by demanding.
The question is how violently does the father hit the boy?
Yes.
And I bet what happens in real life is that very often after the event the father wishes that he hadn't been so violent against the boy who gave him a fright.
Yeah.
I think this is a very common situation. And but the body
Okay.
It's it's very interesting. It needs a lot more thought.
Yes. So
but I certainly don't accept your sort of basic idea that the mind is in conflict with the body. I think the mind's in conflict with itself. There's the part of the mind that has got a terrible fear. Was frightened for the boy, and there's another part of the mind that is furious with the boy for being disobedient, which is a totally different emotion.
okay, I think we stay here with your affirmation. It's good.
Yeah.
Because it affirms your thoughts and the way you work
Quite.
as a psychotherapist,
yes.
and that's fine because now we get to an important point.
Yes.
Even if I agree or don't agree,
Yes.
Doesn't matter so much.
Yes.
What matters is that you came to the assertive position.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, and maybe it's good to stop.
Fine.
Thank you. And I think
Fine.
we should think about and maybe have another conversation. We're going to listen to that and see what will come out.
Absolutely, it's fascinating, and have second thoughts and esprit d'escalier and so on. Yes.
So
good.
thank you,
Good,
Clover.
good.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Yeah.